Yo, 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 welcome to the KillJoy Jake YouTube channel. It's time to get nasty. It's time to get down and dirty, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're going to be answering some of the biggest questions in the horror space right now, like what is that on Jake's face? Why won't he shave it off? Maybe one day we'll know. But ladies and gentlemen, I just put my socks on so no one can get some toe picks. I am ready for the next hour. But as per usual, I have a little bit of a super chat goal, so if we get 10 of any variety, that means we'll go for another hour, baby. You control my destiny, my fate for my Monday. How long will you make Jake work? Will you make this monkey dance on a pole? We'll see. For half a second, I just looked down. I'm like, did I not go live? I just did my whole spiel, and I'm not even live. I'm like, damn it. I planned that out and everything. I had jokes written. I do write, I promise you, I actually do write stuff for these live streams. I was like, no one's in the chat. Oh my God, am I just saying that to myself? Dang it, that was good. Oh man, whew. Panic attack a little bit, just kidding. How you guys doing? Welcome in, see everybody rolling in now. I got so scared for half a second. Gory Tiger, what's up, my friend? First one in here, what's up, dude? Bonus points to you, how are you? Is that Tiger gory on this Monday? Let me know, let me know. Dawson's Creek is also here saying, when do you think the trailer for Scream 7 will trip? I know when I'm going to trip, and that's after this stream. Also something I saw before the stream started. Set that one up. No, I'm kidding. You mean drop. And yes, when do I think it's going to drop? I don't think earlier than October. I really don't. I talked about it a bit today in a little video I posted. I'm sure some of you guys already saw it. Appreciate y'all for watching that one. But yeah, today we're doing a Scream focused stream because I wanted to talk about this with all of you. When do we think the trailer's going to drop? We had some comments with some different theories that I thought was fun, but ultimately, yeah, I don't see it coming out before October just because I just don't think they're gonna market that movie for that long. I don't think they're expecting this to have like a huge return. I mean, I imagine Scream 7's gonna do well. But, you know, is it going to pull in Marvel movie numbers? I don't know about that. It would be cool if it did. I doubt it, but they're not going to market this thing for like 6 months and it'd be like, this is the big thing. This is the big thing. It's going to make hundreds of millions, maybe even $1 billion. It's not going to make $1 billion. I wish it would. That would be insane, but it's not going to make $1 billion. So probably a 3-month marketing campaign starting a little early, a smidge early in October would be my guess. I guess that's 4 months. So take it or leave it. I'm digging it though. I think October at the very earliest. Reaper Kid is saying, you're hoping that it has a real opportunity to tell an engaging good story with Sydney, and I hope it's not screwed up. I hope not either. Hey, we'll know soon enough here though. We'll know soon enough. Raptor Crashers is gonna watch Predator, the original one, after the stream. Nice, enjoy. Very good movie, a very fun time. Dave Sim is saying, what's up? What's up, Dave? How's it going? You're moving today, but you'll try your best to stay in the stream. That's okay. I understand. Moving's tough. I hope you carry everything safely. There you go. Use your knees, not your back. Your knees are gonna go anyways. You know what I mean? You're gonna fuck up your knees anyways. That's a whole thing. Degenerative knees. You're just, no matter what you do, your knees are just gonna be fucked at a certain point in life. So you might as well just use them up, you know? Might as well just say fuck it, see what happens with the knees. Steph 2007 is saying, hi Jake, so excited for this stream. I'm excited that you're here, Steph. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you a bunch. What's up, what's up? How was it like? What was it like in 2007? Let us know for those who have forgotten. Joe Bomba and Raptor Crashers, both members. Appreciate you guys. What's up, Joe? Yo, 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 Joe. How's it going? Thanks for being a member of the page, man. And you guys might have saw it today, but just a reminder, throwing this out there, channel members, if you leave me a fun little comment with a good question on one of my videos, I will be making a response short towards it. I'm searching through the members' comments right now, looking for good comments, good questions. So leave me something if you're a member. I'll make a video out of it, one of the shorts I post. Anakin's anger management therapist is saying you're playing Resident Evil 5. You're playing that right now. You got 1 through 6. What do you? I love that. Resident Evil 5 is so much fun. What do you expect from Sid in an emotional way? For example, she's getting tired of dealing with Ghostface. I would imagine she's pretty fucking done. But again, didn't we kind of do that in 5, right? Where we kind of got to the point where she's like, I'm sick of this. I'm shooting through doors. Let's just find this fucker and take him out. That's kind of half the reason why I'm struggling to see how we do this story with Sydney as a focus. But I'm here for it at the same time. I want to see how they're able to do it. We literally, I'll tell you what, today's Scream 7 update is the most promising update we have had for the film, like in months. Months, genuinely. We have director Kevin Williamson basically addressing the fact that, yeah, there's some shit that's weird about this. Scream 7, just that title alone, it's getting ridiculous. I mean, there are things about it that we got to find ways to subvert certain expectations. And the fact that they're saying that gives me a little more confidence in this film. That tells me they actually did think about that. They're not like, it's whatever. People are just here to see the legacy characters. It's fine. No, we're here for a good story. That's why we love Scream. That's why we love the original and some of the sequels. So the fact that there was that thought there, maybe we will get an emotional payoff from Sydney in this film. What is that actually going to be? What's that going to entail? Maybe her being a mother, I guess. Maybe her having to defend her kids opposed to herself. It makes it a little different this time around. A heavy focus on that could definitely tell a fresh story, I feel. So motherly love versus trying to keep oneself alive. If we kind of shift the focus from one to the other there, I think it could work. Maybe. We will see. And I'm excited to find out. Yos, Jose, with a little knife. Hello, how are you? Welcome in, appreciate you. Stella G, thanks for being a member. Happy Monday, happy Monday. And are you Cody saying what up, Jake and chat? What if they did this in Scary Movie 6? Have Patrick in the movie as Mark Kincaid. That's how they can make fun of Scream 7. I'm here for it. That's very funny. Skull and Bones Productions. Yo, what up? Welcome in, my friend. Big theory for Scream 7, according to King Matthew III, is that it opens with a flashback to Maureen's murder from Sydney's point of view. Okay. Setting up Stu as the main ghost face. Okay, well, see, you lost me there. Nah, that's cool, though. I like the idea of doing it from, like, a young Sydney's perspective. I actually think that would be kind of fun. Showing you, like, what she saw that night. She sells seashells by the seashore. No, but seriously, yeah. Showing it from her perspective, maybe other people's perspectives, giving us a new perspective. That's the key word here. Showing us something else about Maureen's murder that was previously unknown. That would be really cool. Cool as fuck, even. Lighting Ghost is throwing nothing out there. Absolutely nothing. I read the wrong thing. Lighting Ghost is a member, though, and he's saying Megan 2.0 in 2 hours. Is 2 hours long. I can't fucking read today. Fun fact. I forgot how to do it before this stream, and I see a bunch of letters. I don't know what's going on, and I'm scared. Anyway, no. Lighting Ghost is saying 18 minutes longer than the original Megan 2.0. Cool. No, that's badass as fuck. Again, I'm excited for this one. I'm very thankful Universal is sending me to an early screening of that one. I can officially confirm that nowadays. So I'm seeing Megan 2.0 early. You will see an early review next week on this page for that one, as well as another film coming up, but I won't say that one quite yet. Well, you save that for a surprise. But Megan 2.0, I'm worried about it, but man, I want to see some weird surprises with this one. I was shocked by the original, did not think I would like it. And then I ended up really enjoying it. It was one of my favorite horror films of 2023 even. So Megan 2.0, am I worried by the trailers looking like it's too action-packed or too over the top? Absolutely. But you know what? Maybe it fucking bangs. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But in about a week, I will have seen it. Madison Kazmarsky, my wonderful fiance, is hanging out with us. Hello, poop lady. She keeps calling me poop man, but little does she know she's marrying the poop man. So she's going to be the poop lady. So she can keep saying that all she wants, but soon she will be poop. Tom is saying, I think they'll drop it for Halloween, like a small teaser, and then marketing will trickle in until February. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm definitely not saying a full trailer's dropping in October. I think it would be more like a tease, just Ghostface chasing after Sydney's daughter or something. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. Full trailer in December, right? That'd be perfectly in time with the release of the original film, which was December 20th, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Do the full trailer then. I like that, Tom. I like that quite a bit. Tid Morgan, what's up, Tid? How's it going? How you hanging? Little left, little right? Let me know. What up, Jake? Just got done watching Sinners. What a movie. Dude, it was so good. I loved Sinners to death. Ooh, banging movie. Love that one a bunch. One of my favorites of the year. I will say, I was saying for the longest time, that was my favorite. Predator Killer of Killers, I think, has surpassed it in my brain. That's currently my favorite horror film of the year. I just loved Predator Killer of Killers is everything I love about this franchise, but like times 3. And I don't know if I don't even know if Predator. I think 2 Predator movies are going to make my top 10 for the year. Wow, Killer of Killers was phenomenal. Like I was speechless. I'm like, that's the best movie I've seen all year, bar none. I am going to see Ballerina tonight though, and I'm really excited for that. I'm hearing it's bombing at the box office, which kind of pisses me off. It's a John Wick flick, and I think a lot of people are like, oh, but it stars a girl. I can't handle a girl being a badass. And I'm just like, are you kidding me, dude? Are you kidding? It's fine. John's in the movie too. That's what pisses me. I don't know why it's bombing. I can't say. This is me speculating and getting angry, but I'm excited for Ballerina. I bet it's fucking awesome. I've had friends who've seen it and they said it was fucking awesome. So I'm checking it out tonight. Michael, I apologize. I just went on so many rants, and you so kindly threw in a $2 super chat to kick off our 10 super chat goal. We're already one in, and we're only like 10 minutes into this. You rock, Michael. Thank you for the $2. You're also saying, hey, Jake, you excited for 28 Years or Megan 2.0? I am excited for both. I have my doubts about Megan 2.0, but like I said, I did like the original much more than I thought I would. I hated the trailer for that movie too, dude. The original Megan, I was like, this does not look good. This looks like some more Blumhouse slop. But then I read that Akella Cooper wrote it, and I was like, oh, hang on now. She wrote Malignant, and that was fucking awesome. So Megan 2.0, maybe it's good. I think Akella is also attached to this one, if I'm not mistaken. I think isn't it the same creative team from the first one? That's what makes it even more shocking. That's like, it's so different than the previous film. I need to look this up. Like, it's actually going to bother me. Yeah, same people. Oh, no, wait, no, it's not. Gerard Johnstone is writing and directing this one, but Akella Cooper just has a story credit. Oh, okay. Worries are settling back in, actually. I lied. No, I mean, it's still essentially the same creative team, but Gerard is writing this time, where I believe he only directed the last one. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I'm pretty sure on that. Pretty sure on that one. Much more excited for 28 Years Later, though. Holy shit. Like, wow. Cannot wait for this one. Coming out just in a couple of days. Wow. I mean, genuinely, I have been waiting for this movie since I was just a wee little lad. Since I was just a little girl, I've been really excited for 28 Years Later. I saw 28 like weeks. I want to say I saw weeks first, because I remember it like on the TV. I remember being scared of the zombies running around, like the you know, the one scene where it's like that you get that music playing, the I can't do the fucking theme, but you know what I'm talking about. Hour in, kiss of death happens, zombies are running around the city. Holy shit, it's pandemonium. Loved that whole moment. As a kid, though, it made me shit my pants. Made me shit my little britches. And that was bad. But I'll tell you what, ever since I saw that cliffhanger, too, I've been like, I need to know where this goes. And 28 Years Later is not going to deliver on that cliffhanger. But it's a continuation, damn it, and I'll take it. So, Michael, am I excited? You're goddamn right I'm excited for these two movies. Even if one of them I think might be shit. I don't even care. I'm going to watch that slop. I'm going to slurp it right up, Michael. But, dude, thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate your support, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, happy Pride Month. I love your profile picture. And who else is with us? Moth to the Flame is saying, honestly, I wish they gave the Scream franchise room to breathe after 7. I doubt that will happen, but I want the horror genre to develop so that the 8th film has a better commentary. No arguments there. I mean, what a perfectly worded chat. I sound sarcastic, but I'm being so serious. Like, yes. That is such a big component in Scream. And that's although I am happy with a lot of the things that Kevin Williamson has said, especially in these last couple of interviews that I just commented on in my brand new video here. This is something I want to know more about. What is the commentary angle? Give us a tease towards that. It sounds like the way they're talking about it is there is some sort of horror commentary in there. We don't really know. We don't have a hint or nothing at it. I would like to know. I would like to know just a little. Give me a taste. The rumor is that it's like it's AI commentary, deep fake commentary, which, okay, you know, that's a major threat right now. You guys hear this report that by 2026, the majority of content on YouTube is going to be AI generated? You guys hear about that bullshit? That's crazy. I mean, that is a genuine threat to not only like little guys like myself, but also to like the studio. You know what I mean? That's a huge threat. It's a big problem. We just can't watch and support that shit, dude. Fuck that. That's not real. That's not broadcasting yourself. Isn't that YouTube's whole slogan? No, it's not. That's fucking. It's a bunch of bullshit, is what it is. It's not real. It's not actually someone making sweat, blood, and tears making something. You know? That sucks. It bums me out. And if Scream wants to hit on that, what a perfect thing to give the finger to, essentially. What a perfect thing to have Ghostface utilize as a weapon against Sidney Prescott. Villainizing the evil technology. I'm all about that, personally. Scream 666. What's up, my friend? I still have the shirt that you sent me. Me and this fella have been going back and forth over on Instagram. I still have it. It's in my closet. I should have wore it. I should have actually been prepared for it. I got my Terrifier shirt on because I just played the Terrifier game late last night. And I post a little video of that over on GullGotha, my gaming channel. But I should have came prepared to the Scream stream with the Scream shirt, admittedly. So Scream 666. Next time we're talking Scream focused for the channel, which Mondays are Scream nights from now on. I decided, since we got Scream 7 coming up in like basically 7-8 months or whatever. I'm like, let's do Monday Scream nights. There we go. That'll be fun. Or Lethal Collective, one or the other on this page. But yeah, I'll whip that shirt out sometime. This fella so kindly sent me one of their shirts one time, and I thought that was cool. Who else is with us? Who have I not said hello to? Eric, with a bunch of spaces between the letters. What's up, Eric? You look edgy. I like it. Saying, hey, what's up, Jake? Can't wait for Scream 7's trailer. I heard it's coming in August. I don't know if it's coming in August. I don't know. That's... maybe. I wish so. I wish it would. That would be dope. But that sounds like when the movie's going to be like wrapping up, basically like final touches on the movie. Would be cool, though. Would be dope as fuck to see that trailer come out that early. But again, with the movie coming out in February, I just don't see it. And I also feel like today's update was another reason why I feel like it was a really big one, why I wanted to do a full video on it, is because that comment from Marco Beltrami pretty much tells us the movie's not going to be done until August. There's no way that rumor about Scream's release date being pushed up is true. There's just no way. There's no way it's going to come out this fall. That's not enough time for anything, dude. Unless they want to rush this, which is never a good thing. I would rather wait. I would rather wait for something that actually it makes sense. Stick to a release schedule. You said February, so have it come out in February. Totally fine. Also, having a theatrical run throughout March, essentially, that just makes a little more. It makes a little more sense. And I think a lot of people are worried. They're like, "Oh, it's coming out in February. That's like not a very good time to release a movie." But you got to think, I mean, the last couple of movies, this is better release dates than Scream 5. This is like a pretty similar release date to Scream 6, which is technically one of the highest grossing films in this entire franchise if we're not adjusting for inflation. So I'm totally fine with the February release. That is A-okay with me. Nothing wrong with that. I think we'll be okay. So I think trailer October at the earliest, unless they decide to do some like wild marketing campaign that this franchise has never seen before. But anything's possible, Eric. Anything is possible. You never know. It is kind of a flagship series for Spyglass Media. You know, you got to think about that too. It's not like this is it's not like this is just a whatever sequel. You know, they want to get some return on this bad boy. So, Raptor Crashers is saying, I made a short about your comment on the humans being zombies. Humans and zombie movies being crazy. It makes more sense for more traditional zombie movies like Night of the Living Dead rather than 28 years later. Yes, I agree. I will say, though, it looks like 28 years later is going to dive into some human enemy characters, though, which is cool. Looks like we're diving into some of that. We have all those shots of the soldiers running around. So I don't know what's going on with that. But we do also know that there's a cult leader character named Jimmy. Not Jim. That's a different character. Jimmy is some sort of cult leader who I believe we heard in the opening scene of the trailer. If you remember all the kids who were there, I think somehow those kids survive and we're all part of this cult 28 years later, which is really exciting to learn more about that. I can't wait, if I'm being honest. So I think we're gonna get some human enemies. I should have brought that up in that short. It's just kind of coming to me now, but I did really appreciate that comment, my friend. It was really thought provoking. I feel I definitely agree that I think the humans are pretty evil in a good zombie story, just in general. Walking Dead definitely being probably one of the best modern examples. BRXNX50 Brinks on the brink. I don't know what that is, but hello, my friend. What's up? How do you feel about the use of AI in Scream 7? I don't know how to feel about it because the Scream 3 AI voice changer was kind of dumb. So I don't know how to feel about it. I think the Scream 3 voice changer thing was dumb because it was just a gimmick to make Ghostface more edgy, I guess. I don't know. It's the third film, so this has got to be like a badass. Ghostface has got to be near invincible. You got to cut off his head. Randy has the whole spiel about that, right? I think it is dumb. It's dumb. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of the voice changer. But if we rework that into Scream 7 and have it be commentary on AI, that kind of works now, though, doesn't it? Resurrect that idea and do it way better. I think if Scream 7 does that, I'm into it because that's technology we actually have now. It's not a little tiny, gadget that Ghostface would yank off of his tool belt like he's Mr. Fantastic or I don't know, like he's Batman. That's what I was looking for. He's not Batman, yanking it off of his thing. But if you have voice changer AI shit like how we actually have nowadays, and Ghostface is utilizing that, yeah, absolutely. I'd be very into that. Because it means something. It doesn't mean anything in Scream 3. That's the problem with it. It would mean something now, and that's why I would be into it. At least in my opinion. You might disagree, and that's totally fine. But I would be into using the voice changer, some sort of element like that. Maybe that's why we have Roman in this somehow attached to this new movie. I'm down. I'm down for that to happen, though. Oh, and Eric is also throwing this out. I've actually been meaning to bring this up, and I keep forgetting. But Resident Evil 9 Requiem is coming out on the same day as Scream 7, February 27th of next year. I don't think that this is means for concern. It's just not the same fan base. I have seen some Scream fans worried that this might detract from Scream 7's opening. I mean, we're talking about video games versus movies. We're talking about one franchise versus another. I don't know if Resident Evil fans are also Scream fans. You know what I mean? Like I'm a fan of both, of course. But I wouldn't say it's exclusive. It's not going to be like, oh man, what am I going to do on this day? Everyone who's going to see Scream is not going to choose Resident Evil 9, I don't think. Even though I will say, Resident Evil 9, a lot of hype there, dude. It's going back to Raccoon City, like post, is it after the bomb drops? Is that what I'm hearing about this? Because I saw like the trailer and it looks like it's destroyed Raccoon City, like after the events of 2 and 3. And it's like, whoa, that's cool as fuck. I didn't even think we could go back there, and here we are doing it. I liked 7 and 8. They were fun, but I miss the old school Resident Evil story quite a bit. 7 and 8 were cool though. I did really enjoy finally playing through those, but ultimately, you're telling me we're going back to Raccoon City. That's way too exciting. Raggedy Man, thanks for being a member, saying hi all. Hi, Raggedy Man. What's up, Raggedy Man? How are you? Potentially a little raggedy today? What up? I was going to say hi to Scott, who's saying, hey, Jake, Scream 7 needs to make Sydney fear Ghostface again. Sounds threatening. We've lost that recently, and bringing her family into the fold could really elevate the stakes. I think we can absolutely reinvent Sydney as a character here. And I think if that's the route we're going, we've been kind of forced to in a lot of ways. We were trying that. We just got a comment from Kevin Williamson today. He was all excited to do, another Carpenter sister movie, and that's just not the route that they went. Here we are now with Sydney is the focus again, and a lot of thought has been put into how do we reinvent this character? Where do we take the story from here? And that's what kind of gives me faith in Scream 7 in a lot of ways, is that they're thinking about how to make her like a motherly figure that could be fun, that could be relatable. And again, just not the same old, same old. It's always characters going after Sydney. Can this be characters going after Sydney's family, trying to ruin her life in a worse way than just killing her? You know what I mean? That's that to me is an interesting story. That's like, okay, that could be something. That could be something with that works in this franchise that we haven't necessarily tried to do before. Oh my God, sorry, crazy yawn. I've been working. I was working kind of late last night, working kind of crazy today, but that's okay. I don't mean to be too full of myself, but 4 videos in the last 24 hours. Damn. Damn. And I actually got one ready for tomorrow already. So we're on it. It's been a productive Monday, ladies and gents. Martin Vargas is saying, late night, I watched Final Destination Bloodlines. Cool intro, Tony Todd, and not much more. So you just like the intro and Tony Todd, and that's it. That's a shame. I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably my favorite Final Destination. I thought it was, the biggest thing about it is it's so funny, but it also does do a pretty good job at building tension and showing off some pretty crazy kills. I wish there was like maybe one more kill. I think that's if there's any like one criticism I have, I wish there was just like one more big crazy kill sequence. But besides that, had a very good time with it. Jacob Wells is saying Scream 8 and 9 are going to be the finale, 2 movies within the franchise. The Conjuring 4 is going to be the last in universe, so Hollywood is running out of ideas or make a proper send-off. We're always saying this. We're always saying that Hollywood's running out of ideas. I don't know, man. I mean, we get original ideas all the time. The problem is some people just don't want to go to the theater to actually see it anymore. I mean, Sinners, dude. Sinners is crazy original. I don't care. People will be like, oh, it's just... It's just that one, what is it, until From Dusk Till Dawn? No, it's not. Oh my God, it's just vampires at a bar, bro. Like, that's the one similarity. In terms of tone, in terms of actual story, it is crazy different. I don't know, man. It's wild. I don't think Hollywood's running out of ideas. I think a lot more people are less inclined to go check out a new idea at the theater because they want familiarity in times of crisis, like how times have been lately. So what's going on? Is Hollywood out of ideas, or are people just not backing fresh ideas anymore? I mean, I think they're, I'm definitely leaning towards one of those. That's what I'll say. But is Scream 7 leading into a Scream 8 being like some sort of finale? I think that yes and no. I think that Scream 7 could totally lead into a Scream 8, call this like a 2-parter movie, and it's like the send-off for the legacy characters. I could totally see that being the case, and I could totally see them planning it that way, so that we get some sort of big send-off for Sydney and Gale and maybe the rest of the characters. Maybe that's why we're bringing everybody back. And honestly, if that's the case, if that's the route they want to take it, and then maybe do something fresh moving forward, I'm all for it. I'm genuinely all for it, because if they want to like say, hey, we're ending the story and we're moving forward with something else, what better way to do it than with a 2-parter finale? Something with the franchise is technically, hasn't really done, even though they've talked about doing something like this before, doing some sort of cliffhanger that leads into another film. 7 and 8 could be that. That could be a really fun way to close out your Sydney story, kind of sunset this thing on a very high note, which would be cool. And we even have Scream 666 saying, how would you feel if they actually killed Sydney off in 7? Well, I don't think I would like it, but again, if this is the finale, if this is where we're moving forward with the franchise in some other direction, I guess it all just depends. I guess it all just depends on how it's done. I think I would be bummed. I would be pretty. That's one character I'd be like, damn, that's fucking crazy. That I cannot believe that. I can't believe they would kill her. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening with it. Because it is really just I think we're in a situation where anything could happen. That's kind of the vibe that Scream 7 gives off. I mean, Neve Campbell, you got to think, when Scream 6, all that news was coming out about her not being in the film, the pay dispute, she was saying like all these super nasty things about Spyglass Media, and here she is like a year and a half later saying, oh, I'm in the new movie, I'm starring in it, I'm the face of it, thumbs up, Spyglass is great again. I don't know. Anything could happen. I feel like anything that Neve has said in the past about the character might be thrown out the window at this point. Sydney could die. I'm not at the point anymore. I've really thought about it quite a bit. I'm not at the point anymore where I think the legacy characters are safe. I really feel like the more I think about Seven, the more I think about a lot of the things my Lethal Collective friends have brought up about this too. I really do think 7 and 8 could be like this two-parter, big gigantic finale for the legacy characters, so the franchise can potentially move on. And again, I think today's update really solidifies that for me after hearing what Kevin Williamson has had to say about the characters too. So I'm thinking that might be the route that we go with this, but I don't know. I don't know if Sydney's actually going to die. I don't know. I'm never saying that. Would never say that she's definitely going to die in this. Definitely not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not anymore at the point where I'm like, I don't think it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? I think it's more likely she survives, but I'm not at the point anymore where I think that anything that Neve Campbell has said about the character in the past is still going to just be a constant, be concrete anymore, considering just things that have happened. You know, shit happens, things change. So who knows? Who knows where we're going next with all of this? Want to catch up in the chat. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us, though. I see a ton of fun people, and we will get to your chats here in a minute. But we do have Gina sending out a KillJoy Jake membership. Appreciate you a ton for the support, my chunky Jordy. And that membership is going to Tyler Ism. What's up, Tyler? If you're out there, say hey. What's up, bro? Thanks for being a member. Again, you know, one other thing I'll throw out about members, I already have said this, apologies. But if you want to like get a short made on this page with one of your questions, throw out a really good question in the comment section of any video, live stream, whatever. I will get to it, and I will make a little short. My goal moving forward is to try to have one out like every day of the week. Like, so maybe 5 shorts a week, just responding to your guys' questions. I think it would be fun. That goes for members only, too. So become a member, throw out some questions. It's a new perk, a brand new perk of being a member. I think it's a really fun one, too. So, Tyler, you now have that power. Gina, thank you so much for sending that out. Really appreciate you a ton. Thank you, thank you. Tom is saying, would you ever want to see Jane Levy from the Evil Dead reboot in a Scream movie? Yeah, she was, oh my God. I mean, you want to talk about some of the best final girls from, the 2010s. Mia from Evil Dead 2013 might be the top of my list, and I'm not even kidding. Dude, I mean, she is such a badass in that fucking finale, dude. She rips her own arm off to fight is it the Abomination? Is that what it's called? I don't even remember, but it's fucking crazy, that third act of that movie. That's one of my all-time favorite horror films. I love Evil Dead 2013 with a burning passion. It is so fantastic, and it hurts. It hurts to watch. It hurts me everywhere to watch that film. Dear God. I'll never forget the first time I saw the crowbar through Eric's fingers, and it just like splits his hand in half. That's one of the most upsetting visuals I've ever seen in a horror film, like to this day. I'm still so upset by that. DRMS Productions is saying, hey, Jake, I watched Friday the 13th, The New Blood last Friday, and thought it was okay. Definitely not my favorite in the franchise. Fair enough. I don't think it's my favorite. I just think it's the most underrated. I think that it doesn't get enough credit due to the Jason performance, which is arguably my favorite from Kane Hodder in his entire career. It's fucking amazing. And I also just really like the fight between him and the final girl. Rest of the characters kind of suck. Definitely give you that. But him like Jason versus Tina is great. I think all that shit is fantastic. Lighting Ghost is saying today's the first day Mike is filming the Carrie TV series. I'm excited. Lighting Ghost, very nice. Love to hear that. I got to see his new movie too that's out in theaters, The Life of Chuck, based off of a Stephen King story, but it's not exactly horror. So that might come as a disappointment to some folks out there, but definitely want to see that. Matthew Lillard is in it, Stu Macher himself. He plays Stu, who's alive and didn't get killed by the TV. So I'm kidding. But crazy enough, Matthew Lillard is not only in that, but he's also going to be in this Carrie TV series, which is probably what dude's up to right now. Cool as fuck. Love it. Austin Allman is saying Sydney would have to die by self-sacrifice. That's the only way it wouldn't suck. I agree. And Lightning Ghost, I do see you say that she would never sign on if they killed her off. She also barred Spyglass from existence. She said that she basically implied. Let me use that wording because I know someone in the comments is going to be like, she never said that. But it's like, dude, Read those comments again, bro. She implied that Spyglass Media was misogynistic, which is a pretty awful thing to be, and here she is working with the company again. That's not a reflection on Neve Campbell. That's just me saying that she said some stuff in the past, and who knows if that's still the same now. And that's totally fine. We all change our mind about things. We all take back statements that have come up from the past. But I'm just not going to rule it out anymore. I'm not, you know, I was saying before Scream 5, I'm like, they're not going to kill a legacy character. That's not going to happen. I'm not even going to entertain that idea because these are newcomers. They're not going to do that. They're going to play it safe. Scream 5 is going to be too safe. I was saying that shit about 5 and I ate my words. So nothing is safe, I feel, anymore in Scream. Nothing is sacred. Anything could happen in this 7th entry is really how I feel with it. The more I think about it, the more I read about the people who are making it talk about it. Horrorhead is saying, honestly, I think the reason they could bring Sydney back is because Sam and Tara aren't in the franchise anymore. That probably freed up the budget to bring her back. Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they had no other options, you know what I mean? You got to think about it from their perspective too. They pissed off the fans. I mean, that was not, I think some people were happy. Some people really hate Sam and Tara, but a majority of people, especially the new fans, were pissed that they fired the character that they were essentially coming back for the 6th entry. I mean, imagine, like, think about this. You see Scream in 1996, y'all fucking loved it. Then Scream 2 happens, and it's great. Scream 2's amazing. And then let's just hypothetically say that, you know, Neve Campbell got fired, and she's not going to be in Scream 3. What? That would fucking suck, right? You all would be pissed about that, and I would too. And it's the same situation. I mean, you can say, oh, Sam's not as good of a character as Sydney. I'm not saying that. Literally all I'm saying is that the lead from the last 2 Scream movies got fired, the person that we were invested in, and now we're shifting focus. That's going to throw a bad taste into the new fans' mouth, no matter which way you spin it. So with that, they got to save face. You know what I mean? Let's do something that the fans are still going to love. We all love Sidney Prescott. We would love to see her come back and have a fresh new story. Is that possible? The creatives found a way to do it. So yeah, I think that's absolutely it's speculation. It is, admittedly, because I know some people are going to say, no, the story was always going there. I don't know about that. I mean, we've literally had multiple people say that there was supposed to be a 7th installment with the Carpenter sisters, or a 3rd installment with them, a 7th entry in the timeline. But personally, I'm still open-minded to this. I want to see where it goes. And I don't mind reinventing an old character if you have a good idea for it. And maybe they do. Maybe they have a good reason and they executed it well. That's what I'm excited to find out. That's what I'm excited to look forward to. Let me tell you. Mikey is saying Mastermind Jill. You know, but the fact that Jill was supposed to be like a reoccurring Ghostface in the original run of whatever 4, 5, and 6 was supposed to be, I think that would have been so much fun. I think that would have been cool to see. I don't think we could do it now because it's been too long. But I wish we could have done it back when 4 was rolling out. The ending of that film, I guess, was like the hospital scene wasn't even supposed to happen. Just Jill gets wheeled away, and she's like, you know, has the fame, all the cameras clicking and shit. That would have been so cool if that film ended that way. Oh my God, that would be so devastating. Devastating. I'd be heartbroken. Brutal. I love that. I would have loved to have seen what that would have looked like for sure. Austin Allman is saying if there's ever a new Nightmare Scream, it would be a waste not to use it to give characters like Tatum and Cece, etc., another chance on Scream as their real counterparts. I don't think Neve should lead. I can't fucking speak. You know, I don't know. I think I would like to see Neve lead, but I think I would like to see all the other characters play different parts. You know what I mean? Like Matthew Lillard, for instance, as Stu Macher is like, you know, he's goofy, he's quirky, but if you want to do things differently, he was super misogynistic in that original film, which I think is an interesting character trait that oftentimes gets overlooked. What if you don't do that? What if Matthew Lillard is actually playing a good guy? He's not a killer, and there's not supposed to be any sort of clues towards that either. That would be interesting to me because, and you know, I think Austin, no, it wasn't you, it was Froggy Fresh Shit Posts, who I don't believe is here this evening, but I made a short recently about New Nightmare Scream, and a big thing I would always wanted to see for something like that is kill one of the killers in the opening scene. Therefore, it cannot be the same twist at the end of the movie. It has to be somebody else, and that would be dope as fuck. But I did do a whole video on this a little while ago, and I love it. I love the idea of doing New Nightmare Scream. And it wouldn't fuck with anything in the canon, you know, it wouldn't fuck with anything in the in the actual story. It would just be this like one-off. Here's the characters you love, the actors you love from the original film. They're all getting together, and there's a ghost face trying to kill them in real life. It would just be a one-off little film, inconsequential. And I think it would be fun. I think some people just want to see the characters again, you know, and that would scratch the itch, right? So I'm so here for something like that. Rusted Redemption. I like that name. Rusted Redemption. Sounds like a like a post-apocalyptic thriller. Saying, "Oh shit, I made it on a live. What's up, Rusted Redemption? My name's Jonah Hex, and I'm here for some Rusted Redemption." It's got a bunch of 6-shooters just blasting. I don't know what I'm coming up with right now, but what's up, Rusted Redemption? Welcome in. I'm glad you made it. Makes me very happy. Picky Piggy loves Matthew Lillard as Shaggy. I agree. You know, you rewatch those old movies and they're so much fun. They are a blast from start to finish, the Scooby-Doo movies. I just watched the first one again, and I haven't, like, it's weird. I've seen the sequel like a million times. The first one, didn't watch it as much. I love the first one. They're both great. They're both so much fun, and it is because of the performances. I mean, that one is really because of the characters. Why those movies work so well, but they're also they're so thousands, like they're so coded in that thousands feeling of film that is so nostalgic, I think, for me, and I love that. I really do love that a ton about those movies. Very much so a blast. Does anyone think there will be a sequel to Stream 2024? Are you fucking with me right now? Because you know they just announced the sequel last night. Like, I'm not kidding. That's happened. Like, that's a thing. Stream, not Scream. I know y'all are like, what? Stream 2 is actually in production. It is happening. I've actually spoken with director Michael Levy. He's going to come on the page sometime and talk a little bit about it. But I'm going to try to get out a little video about it at some point tomorrow. I have 2 video ideas that like I have to do tomorrow, and I don't know how I'm going to get them done, but I really want to make both of them. I actually have another Scream theory. Like I was making my video today and I'm like, oh shit, I was going to throw in this little detail. I'm like, oh, that's something I could bring up. And then it spiraled into an entire video. Raptor Crashers did not know that. Wow, dude, that is so funny that you brought that up. He's like, yo, Stream sequel. Yeah, no, that's actually, that's bizarre that you brought that up, because we just got that notification late last night that, yeah, Stream 2 is happening, which is really exciting. And guys, if you're hearing this, you're like, what the fuck is that? I never heard of this before. Made by essentially one of the same production teams as the Terrifier films. It's a new, very fresh take on slashers. Well, it's a different idea. It's just a pretty complex, weird idea of how to do a slasher film, and it's a ton of fun. I liked it quite a bit. Stream was cool, and it lends itself to a franchise. So I'm excited that it got greenlit. We're doing a sequel. It deserves a sequel. I definitely want to see another one of those get made. So if you have not seen this film, I highly recommend it. I thought it was a ton of fun. Dave, like, name a horror star. They're in it. It's the Expendables of horror, as they self-described themselves, and it totally earns that name. It has a lot of great familiar faces in it. Some bloody kills too. So lots of fun stuff. Yeah, Raptor Crashers is describing it pretty well. It's Squid Games meets Terrifier in a lot of ways. It has elements of like a game show, but with murder to it. But it's cool. It was really fun. I think there's still places I feel it can improve, which is another reason why I want a sequel. I definitely could see a better setting. Not that the last setting sucked. It's just, again, the concept lends itself to something a little more grandiose. Like, I could see it being a little better than just a hotel setting, I guess is my point. So I'm excited to find out where it goes next. Especially considering that, and rest in peace to Tony Todd, who was kind of set up to be a big part of the sequel. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. So what's happening there? I don't know. We're going to find out, though, and I'm excited. Definitely excited to find out more. Jennifer Charles is saying Scream 6 felt too safe for me. The killer saves Mindy on the train instead of leaving her to bleed out. They knock out Kirby and they take her gun. Felt like they only wanted to kill side characters. Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah. Gail, I think Gail was supposed to die. Can I be completely honest with you, Jennifer? If I had a guess as to what Scream 6 looked like originally before Neve Campbell was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing this shit. I genuinely think that it would have followed Gail. She would have died. And then when she died, Sydney comes in to help save the day in the third act again. I like 100% feel like that could have been the case, and some things had to get reworked, which is why the majority of my problems with Scream 6 lie in that third act. I think that Neve not being there ended up kind of knocking some screws loose and shit, made it kind of whack at the end there. But I definitely think there was supposed to be more bloodshed. There's definitely supposed to be some more kills, but they had to adapt. Shit happened. They had to rework some stuff. And again, maybe another reason why I'm so worried about Scream 7, why I think a lot of people have said, like, Jake, you're so negative with Scream 7. And I'm like, yeah, well, the last film got fucked a little bit because of, reworks and rewrites. And now this entire new film has been rehauled from what the original idea was. So am I worried? Yes. Do I have good reason to be worried? I think so. I think I'm not trying to be a Scream hater. I love this franchise. But I am concerned about 7. I have issues with 6 too. I still love it. I think it's a ton of fun, and I'm glad that it was able to accomplish what it did. What it does well is awesome, in my opinion. Being able to subvert certain expectations for a Scream film, but there are problems with it. There's no denying that. So maybe 7 maybe they found a way to work around some of that stuff, but it still does come off as very convoluted to me and just kind of like, why are we doing all of that? Like, Scream just needs to be simple murder mystery, have some characters who are played by some cool actors, have some crazy kills, have some horror commentary. I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's too much to ask. That's all I'm saying. Austin Allman also saying, my hot take is killing Neve first and having everyone else scramble around without her, because if she's gone, who's next? And then bam, Neve is the killer, so we can finally put that theory to bed for good. You'd be putting a lot of things to bed for good, and like maybe the entire franchise. I also, I do feel that Scream can go on forever. It's just too malleable of a concept to not have more sequels made. The idea of just Ghostface in general is so interesting now because of what the sequels have been able to lend to that character. I mean, it's a literal serial killer who has a movie franchise based off of him, and it's not like an Ed Gein situation either, where it's like, oh, this guy from a long time ago did this really fucked up shit. Now we're going to make movies that are loosely based off of some of the shit that he did, i.e. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. No, this is a completely different story. I mean, we have whatever killer out there wants to put on this mask, and a movie series is going to maybe make something out of it. There's a lot of reasons to don the mask in this franchise besides just killing Sydney now at this point. So I think you can really just do Scream forever. You could just make 100 of these movies and have a good reason for it. But that's why I'm very open-minded to Scream 7. But yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't think there's a point where it's too far. There's a point where you're doing things that are just like, why would you do that? We haven't seen a Terminator film in a long time, and I don't have to wonder why. That last movie, I was like checked out the moment they killed John Connor. I'm like, are you kidding me? What? Fuck this. No, you can't kill one of the most beloved protagonists from one of the best action movies of all time. You just can't do that. Sorry. Come on now. Unless it's the, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that. Unless it's John Wick, you can kill John Wick because there was a reason for it. But doing something like that, man, come on now. I think fans would revolt. I think fans would burn down a building or something. I don't know what it would go crazy. Pandemonium in the streets. People throwing shit. Be crazy. Beer Belly Angler is saying, watched Clown in a Cornfield. There was 2 good kills and Will Sasso was in it. That's about it. The acting overall was bad. It was entertaining after the 4th IPA hit. I hate shitting on things because I'm sure a lot of people worked on that movie. There's a lot of hard work that went into that movie. But wow, I don't think I've ever been more bored and frustrated with the film in my life. I had a headache watching that movie for 20 minutes. The acting is not just bad. I mean, it's some of the worst acting I think I've ever seen in a film. Like, I don't think those people, I don't even think those people are real. I don't think the actors in that film are real people. I don't know, man. I did not like that movie at all. That was such a waste of time. I was at the theater like all day, and then I went to go see that too, so I don't think that helped. But man, I mean, in the first 20 minutes, I'm like, there are several problems with this already. I don't know. I just could not take that movie seriously. I don't know what they were thinking at all. Comes from a great director too. There's just so many things about that movie that baffles me. Eli Craig, who directs this film, has made 2 phenomenal horror comedies I hate horror comedies. I do not like them. They most of the time do not work. Take something like really special for it to work for me. I love like Shaun of the Dead. Awesome. Masterpiece. Great. They need to be like near 10 out of 10s for me to really vibe with a horror comedy. Because oftentimes it's like it's either too comedic to be scary or not really funny at all, and then everything just is kind of bland. I love both of this guys' movies, though. Eli Craig directs Tucker and Dale versus Evil, like top 10 horror comedy of all time, in my opinion. And then a little bit of a hidden gem. I wouldn't call it top 10 of all time, but it's this movie called Little Evil, and it's a parody of The Omen. But it's very funny, and I had a very good time with it. That's definitely one that's maybe too silly to be scary, but I still had a good time. Still had a fun watch. Still a fun time. It's a great cast too. Eli Craig has made 2 phenomenal movies and Clown in the Cornfield. It doesn't make any sense. Something happened there. That's all I can say. But yeah, I was very frustrated with that one. I don't know what happened. Don't know what ended up happening with that one. Raptor Crashers is saying Scream might be my second favorite horror movie from 2024 after Terrifier 3. There might be another movie that year that I'm forgetting though. Listen, some great choices. I enjoyed Scream quite a bit. I thought it was awesome. It was really fun. It had the, Damien Leone effects in it too. So it's bloody. It's gross. I know my friend Josh worked on it too. Had some little bit of VFX in there, which is, I know everyone shits on VFX, but man, when it's done well, it looks good. I don't know. There is such thing as good VFX in movies, and Scream does have some of that as well as some awesome practicals. So it's a great mix of both, in my opinion. I'm going to put out a little bit of a warning. I know that some folks out there, are so cool with, totally. Listen, I'm just going to be flat out about this. Just don't put leaks out there in the chat. Just don't do that. I'll give you a warning since you are somebody who's new here, but we're not here to spoil movies. That's not the goal of this page. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk about theories. We're not here to spoil things. So please don't do that in the chat. Please don't make that happen. We're all a bunch of fans. We're all excited to see a brand new movie, and I just think anyone who's throwing out just spoilers and leaks and stuff, that just sucks. If you're somebody who wants to look into that, that's totally fine. But some of us do not want any of that before a movie comes out. I'm also the guy who's been complaining that they spoiled the fact that Stu, Roman, and Dewey are all going to be in this movie. Frankly, I'm not happy about that at all. I would have rather not known about any of that before going into this film and just judged it like how we saw it. But now I can't help but think bad thoughts. Twisted Pictures Presents is saying, what's your opinion on the upcoming Hell House LLC Lineage movie coming out this August? I'm excited. I'm excited. Hell House has been, it's been a fun franchise to follow. I really enjoy the first one. And I say this every time when Hell House gets brought up, but I feel it's worth repeating. A lot of people will tell me, Jake, you got to see this underrated found footage movie. It's called Hell House. It's not underrated anymore. I love you guys, and that's a good movie. It's fun, but it's basically considered a classic at this point. Everybody knows about Hell House at this point. It's good. It's solid. It's a great found footage flick. It's not underrated. The sequels, I'm a little more iffy about. I don't know if I like 2 and 3. They lean a little more into the whole documentary style of filmmaking. It's less about like a linear story happening with, in found footage style, right? And that's kind of where it loses me a little bit. I know that that's a small element of the original, but it's like the entire second and third film are just like documentary stuff. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. That not really my cup of tea personally. But I did like the latest one, the prequel, the Carmichael Manor. That was fun, and I think this looks like it's in the same line, Hell House LLC Lineage, which was fun. So I'm hoping that this one is similar to the Carmichael Manor. I had a very good time. I had a very good time with that one. So if this one is similar, I'm all for it. Madison is hanging out with us for 15-ish minutes. I'm probably going to... We didn't make our goal, unfortunately. We have 25 seconds to get 9 more super chats, so I think old Jake is probably going to be signing off here. But that's okay. We'll be live again on Wednesday for another round. Be a good time. We'll be live at the same time on Wednesday at 3 p.m. It's going to be a blast. And then we're also going to be live this Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern as well, to be talking and breaking down 28 years later. So I'm really excited for you guys to check out those streams. It's going to be a good time. We're going to be vibing, talking about those movies. There will be spoilers on Friday's stream, though, so try to go see 28 Years Later, potentially Thursday night if you can, or maybe early Friday, again, if you can, and then stop by the stream, or just watch it later on. You know, it'll still be up in case you're going Friday night, maybe Saturday or Sunday. I'm gonna take a few more responses, then I think old Jake's signing off here. But appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, means a ton. Chills Films is saying, "Do you have any horror films you think deserve more love?" The Visit is mine, as I find it hilarious. That's a great choice. The Visit is the diaper scene. I've never had a movie win me over more with something so gross and outrageous. That's still burned into my brain. It's so fucked up. Love The Visit. What's a movie that didn't get enough love that deserves maybe a little more? You know, anytime this question gets brought up, franchise continuations come to mind. And one in particular, I just loved the Wrong Turn remake. I thought it was awesome. I was not expecting anything from that movie. Went into it with like no expectations at all, and I was like, "This is fantastic. What the fuck?" This movie was so good. I think it's my favorite Wrong Turn film. I think it blows the other films out of the water. Personally, I can't believe that one didn't get more love. Wow, like that was a top 10 of the year when that one. I think that was 2021, if I'm not mistaken. That was a top 10 of that whole year for me. That was a really good movie. Another one, just not a franchise continuation, is Infinity Pool. I can't believe that movie has not gotten more love. That is a fucking banger. That is a 10 out of 10. My favorite Brandon Cronenberg movie, probably one of my favorite horror films of this decade, without a doubt. It's a really good movie. Has a lot to say, and it's also just it's so brutal and gross and weird. So I liked it quite a bit. I had a really good time with that one too. So Infinity Pool, rock on with that movie. So very good. So good. Madison's choice is Phoenix Forgotten. She loves this movie. We have both seen it twice. I thought I liked that one quite a bit. Really underrated found footage movie that doesn't get talked about enough. And I think the other thing too that was really cool about it is it's kind of like first half of it is okay. Are you serious? Okay. Sububnix, you're blocked. Sorry, I warned you, and you did it again. So fuck off, respectfully. I literally told you don't post spoilers. You're ruining the fun for everybody, so you get blocked. That sucks. Why would you do that? What was the point in doing that? You just got blocked. You just took a shit in the wave pool, essentially. There's somebody out there who's gonna get that joke, and that makes me happy. But let's not end this stream on a bad note. Let's get into something else here before we call this quits. David Primero is saying Leprechaun needs a reboot. The last one was way off than the original. The last one was wild. The 2018 film, it doesn't have the same actor who played the Leprechaun in all the other films besides the WWE one. But it's one of those things where I'm just like, I definitely want another. Definitely would want another one with I don't remember the fella's name. Cannot remember the actor's name. But with the original Leprechaun actor, which would be great. I will say about that 2018 film, the reboot, is I did like the kills. Kills were really solid in that one. If you watch it for no other reason, I think the kills were amazing. We're fucking insane. Jace Crawford, want to say hi to Jace. What's up, Jace? You're digging the red background. Thank you. I'd like to do different colors for different days. I was talking about Scream today, so I'm like, that tells me blood. Not knives, bloody knives, red. I feel like red is a good color for today. It's Scream Day on the page, so there you go. Austin Allman said, I lost my mind. Infinity Pool is wild. Couldn't agree more. Very, very fun. Warwick Davis, thank you, Twisted Pictures. Yeah, Infinity Pool was banging, man. That is a crazy underrated one. Needs a little more love. It's Mia Goth, too. If you like the X trilogy, oh my God, couldn't recommend that one enough. She's giving an even more insane performance there, I would say. One more question here. David is saying, have you watched When Darkness Falls? It's so underrated. They need to make more of those movies. No, I have so many movies, man. I've come across so many directors who I'm like, I got to watch their entire filmography now. You ever see one movie from somebody and you're like, that was so good, I need to see everything else this person has made? That is how I am with the guy that just directed Dangerous Animals. That movie blew my fucking mind. I'm like, I got to see more of what this guy's made. And I think he made this movie called The Loved Ones, which we've talked a little bit about on Streamed. Is that what it is? The Loved Ones or something like that? Yeah. Yes. This movie, I remember the poster. I got to watch this movie now because, dude, Sean Byrne is the director's name. I just think I thought Dangerous Animals was phenomenal. I need to see everything else he's made now. I'm kind of in that boat. So definitely going to be watching that one. Definitely going to be watching When Darkness Falls. Gonna have to see that one. Gonna have to give these ones a watch. Do appreciate you guys a ton. We're signing off, but again, check out actually I didn't say this, so I'm not gonna say again before it, but Lethal Collective is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time over on Craven Something Scary. We're gonna be talking me, Steven, Knight, and Tyler all going at it about Scream again. We're all gonna fight. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna get oiled up and just fight each other in real life. I'm kidding, that's not happening. But we are gonna chat about some Scream, so stop on over at Craven Something Scary's page tonight. Lethal Collective will be back on my page not next Sunday, but Sunday the 29th, by the way. So that's a little bit of a deviation from our typical schedule. We typically go live at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays, but we're going to be live at 6 p.m. Eastern time Sunday the 29th on this page. So I know that's weird, but it's the only time I could get it. Monday night is no good for me on the 30th. So 29th. Stop on by. We're going to be doing the Lethal Collective next time on this page on that day. So stop on by. It's going to be a lot of fun. But tonight, Craven Something Scary's page, 7 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be a ton of fun. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be live again on Wednesday. Stop on by. As always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.